What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I'm back for a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 3, episode 13. Okay, so episode pretty much starts out with Karen. She is at a spa. She has invited Candace, and then I was about to say Gizelle's ex, Sherman's ex, Kendall. And so they got their feet in this water with these little fishies in there. Honey, it wouldn't be me. Anyways, Karen lets us know that she likes Candace, and it's because Candace is over the top. There is similarities between Candace and Karen. I feel like, not in a good way. They both like to act like they are more than what they are. In terms of money, they're both superficial like that. Just Karen is probably a little bit more wiser than Candace, but yeah, they are pretty much similar in that way. Karen brings up Gizelle to Kendall and Candace, pretty much stating that, Gizelle has been acting like a bitch, and Kendall pretty much called Gizelle, a bitch. He was like, yeah, she act like one, and Kendall, I'm not feeling you like that. I'm not feeling you. I didn't like when you got your ass on here talking about how Gizelle owed you a phone call or wanted you to... That's for your ex-husband to explain to you. He the one that was married to your ass. So I don't feel like Gizelle was wrong in not telling you she's dating your ex, your motherfucking ex-husband. I had somebody come at me with that shit. Oh, but that's that person's ex-husband. That is her ex-husband. Okay? When you are an ex, that means you are on the market. Anybody could have your ass. We are all somebody's exes, ex-girlfriends, ex-husbands, whatever. He was not available. So, Kendall, ain't no reason for you to really have so much of a two with Gizelle and thinking she owes you anything. But yeah, Karen is just letting them know she ain't feeling Gizelle. All that shit her and Robin just pulled at when her and Monique ran into Gizelle and Robin. They had words back and forth. So Karen says she gonna try to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she's gonna meet up with her and talk with her. But she also said that she kept Kendall away. She kind of put Kendall on ice out of respect for Gizelle. But she says, you know what? Now that Gizelle has shown no loyalty and no respect to her, she go keep bringing Kendall around. Which means, Karen, you are bringing this woman around in spite of Gizelle. All of you bitches are doing that, so I don't know why y'all won't just say what it is. I don't have a problem with it because I feel like I agree with Karen a little bit, because Gizelle, you have been acting like a bitch this season. You have, and you go show your ass later. I'm gonna get on your ass then. One thing I liked about the scene was Candace, as they're talking shit about Gizelle, Kendall, and Karen. Candace said, you know what, I'm going to stay out of it. That's not my place or my business to be messy. That's Ashley's place. I thought that was funny. So Karen brings up what happened between Candace and Chris outside of the gala. And Candace goes on to tell Karen and Kendall that, Chris pretty much called her a princess, and that's a point of contention for her. That's something people call her, and it really gets under her skin. And Kendall was honest and was like, well, I only known you 5 minutes, but it's not that far-fetched. And that's not good, Candace, that this lady has not known you that long, and she picks up on you act like a fucking princess. You need to grow the fuck up, especially when it comes to your mother. You can't sit up here, and that's like me being mad people are calling me a whore, but yet I'm screwing everybody's husband, and I'm out here really living that life. But I got the nerve to get upset that people is calling me a whore and all this, that. You can't do that. You can't do the behavior. Stop acting like a fucking diva princess. You need to get out of that. You are marrying the man. To me, you care more about the damn wedding than you do the damn man. So then Candace lets them know she took her ring off. Chris knows that's something that he should never say to her. And she said some things about his father, how his father ain't no good and Chris is just like him. And Karen pretty much lets her know that that was not cool. You know, there are places in a marriage you do not go. Candace, that was very childish of you, because what he said to you is nothing compared to what you said to him. You have a lot of growing up to do. If I were Chris, I would not marry your ass. You are not marriage material. I don't give a fuck about your money, sweetie. Money does not make people marriage material. Either you are mature and you know how to talk to your mate, or you don't. You have to have that communication down pat. And Candace, you don't. You resort to oh, he hurt my feelings, so let me say something twice as bad. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was a younger, what is she? This bitch probably damn near my age or so. I don't know. Maybe she's a little younger than me. I'm 32. But yeah, you have to grow up and talk to your man with respect if you want respect. And I think he was just trying to get you to hold your own shit while he called the Uber. Whatever the fuck happened, it was really petty. So for you to get into talking about his father and shit, Candace, that was just fucked up. But yeah, I love how Karen checked your ass on that, her and Kendall. So next we got Monique and her husband, and they are, you know, having some lunch. It looks like Chris is eating healthier, which is good. That's always good. It's something about her husband, Miss Robinson, is a little suspicious about. I'm getting like, I don't know if her husband wants her to have a life outside of him. It's like he gets a little jealous. She showed him the Lazy Moms logo, and he's just like, oh, that should be me right there instead of that baby bottle instead of that. And I just feel like, and some of y'all may say, oh, well, he was just joking. But sometimes it be them little comments that sound like a joke that really be serious, that points to a bigger issue. This is maybe the second or third episode where he said something kind of suspicious. He's kind of let it be known he needs all this attention. It seemed like they had the Portia and Cordell marriage where, you know, except for theirs seemed a little bit more healthier and genuine. I will say that I do feel like Chris loves his wife. I do feel like Monique loves him. That's why their marriage is able to work, because I do feel like it's really real and there is real love there. But I do feel as if Chris seems a bit selfish with Monique, and Monique even mentioned that. She stated that, well, it's kind of hard for him to get used to the fact of me, you know, being more of a socialite and me having all these businesses and, you know, doing this stuff for charity. But he has to get used to it. I do not like men that don't let their women go their own way, spread their own wings. You know, you are a woman. You're not just a wife to him or a mother to those kids. You have to be happy in order for all that shit to work. And that's something that I had to learn as a parent. I was getting all this negative parenting advice from people. And it wasn't until I saw Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk and mix that with a little bit of my own common sense, I believe I heard her say, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to make sure we love ourselves first, or we can't be the best mother or the best wife. And Monique definitely, she should already did this type of stuff, but this is her time now to do it. And I hope Chris doesn't get in the way of that, because the comments that he makes, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable for them down the road. You know, you have to let your wife be the woman she is meant to be. She's not just your fucking wife. They end up talking about Charisse, how he has not, how Monique has not heard from Charisse. She's been acting different. She misses hanging out with her. You know, they're always together, so they got to work that whole situation out. Chris mentions to her that he feels she needs a break, and he will take the kids and wherever she wants to go with the girls, he's just like, hey, I'll pay for everything. This is for your birthday. I just want you to relax, enjoy, have a good time. And shit like this that lets me know that, he's a good husband after all. He may have some insecurities, but he is a good husband, and he always tries to, surprise her with gifts and, helping her get her travel on and shit with the other girls. I felt like that was really sweet. So I do like Chris and Monique's relationship. I feel like they have one of the best relationships on the show. And is their shit perfect? No, but nobody's relationship on this show or in life is perfect. Everybody has little things they have to iron out. Next, we got Ashley. She is planning for this open mic night. She mentions that she has to come up with different ways to make money at Oz, and it's just like, I'll get to it, you guys, when we get there. This fucking Ashley is something else. So she's talking to, I guess, her planners about how she wants everything set up with these servers, and, she's going to have the bar, that way people can drink, this, that, and the third. Ashley, you are delusional, because you sat up here and said, Michael flat out pretty much let you know he didn't want to have a baby. You said it hurt your feelings. But you said, well, I could either throw in the towel on my marriage, or I could just go about things in another way and focus on the positive in the relationship. If you know you want to have kids and that motherfucker don't want to have no kids, then that is a deal breaker, and you need to be planning your exit strategy. You don't need to keep dealing with Michael. Her relationship with Michael, you guys, is dead. Okay? It is a dead, one-sided marriage. I don't see Michael coming around on the issue. I don't see him changing his mind. So you can have this damn talent show all you want to, or you sing to him. You could do it all day long. It's just not going to make that man want to stay and have a baby with you and have this life with you. He is past all of that. And it's sad that Ashley was raised by her mother, because if she was raised by a healthier mother, her self-esteem would be healthier. And I feel like she would leave him and just go her own way. But because of the dynamics in her relationship with her mother of questioning herself, doubting herself, and being so insecure. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys. We all have insecurities. The person with the highest self-esteem has insecurities. But with Ashley, it's just on a whole, she's willing to let herself be delusional, and that's the sad part. So, Ashley, I see therapy for you. You really need to, well, I think you already been, but it's time for you to keep going back, sis. You got to get this together. So, next we got Monique and her husband and the kids. They are putting invitations together. Monique has decided she wants to go to France. And her husband brings up the fact that, hey, you think Robin and Gizelle is even willing to go? You guys haven't really been getting along like that. And she said, you know what? I'm willing to put the petty stuff to the side and let them know that, I'm willing to start over, push it to the side. I just want them to know that I'm growing and I am willing to, kind of be a leader and be a catalyst in the situation to make things better, And I like that Monique is inviting them, because that does say a lot about her character, Y'all, I'm sitting up here watching this shit, right? And Robin is, I guess, fixing breakfast or lunch for these kids. She's washing up some dishes and shit as well. And she's talking about how real estate is the perfect career choice for her, so she could be there for her kids. All I couldn't get over is she's trying to ask the little boy what he wants to eat, and he's steady. Well, I want a pear. I want a pear. And she's like, well, we ain't got no pear. But that's what I want. He's steady. I'm looking like, you little motherfucker, you will get whatever I give you. I would have pulled his ass off camera, grabbed his ass by his ear, and said, look, we're filming. You show me some respect. When them motherfucking cameras go off, you show respect and you eat what the fuck I give you. I'm telling you, Robin, you be trying to act like Ike Turner with these women. You need to bring Ike Turner home. lay down the ass whoopings. For real, them boys are rough. They would not be my boys. They would, yes, ma'am, and mom, and, they would have their shit together if it were me. I'm just saying. And then next there's some mime, and basically he invites Robin to France. I guess Monique sent his ass. It was very strange. Okay, so next we have Karen and Gizelle. They're getting ready to sit on down, and Gizelle immediately goes to Robin's event, and and Karen stops her. She's just like, listen, you did enough of your whack attacks by yourself. When I talk to Robin, it will be independent of you. So let's just me and you talk. I am so here for that, Karen. Because with Gizelle bringing up Robin, it's just another way for her to deflect and focus on what she wants to focus on, which is what Gizelle does. So Karen is giving it to her, baby. She's just like, I don't like how you acted at the last event. We could go back to the press conference. That was rude as hell. You making that t-shirt. Free Uncle Ben, free tax reform, all that bullshit. She was like, that was disrespectful as hell. Then you was yelling and screaming at my event. We need to talk now, and I'm not going here or there. And, and then Karen had to put her ass out, which is true. Gizelle, you need to change. Just like Karen said, you need to grow up. After this episode, you really need to grow up. You are likable, Gizelle, because you are funny. You are silly. I don't feel like it's I don't know. I don't feel like you take yourself so seriously like some of the ladies on Basketball Wives. You're not like that with it, but you are messy. You do little shady ass shit, and then when people hand you your shit right back, like this whole situation with Kendall, you want to be all up in your motherfucking feelings. You can't do that, because if you be shady with people, they go do it right back. So who the hell are you? You think you could do stuff to people and they ain't gonna feel no way about it, Karen, I will say this. It was unnecessary for you to say, well, you should be dating her ex-husband. And Gizelle shot back and said, they haven't been married for like 100 years. And I agree. Like I said before, you guys, if he is somebody's ex-husband, that means he is single and she can date whoever she wants. Kendall shouldn't be affected by that. Kendall needs to get her own man in her own life, and she wouldn't be bothered with that. That man does not belong to you anymore, and you guys are not friends. Now, if you guys were friends and besties like her and Robin, that would be different. But just because you've had conversations with somebody, or, you guys just so happen to be mutual friends with people, that does not mean that they owe you loyalty. No, you don't do that. And Kendall is suspect too, in a sense of, Gizelle had brought up she's hanging with her friends. It does look like she's trying to get in this group of girls, and it's not because she likes them. It's because Giselle's on the show. Kendall is coming off to be messy, but see, Gizelle, I can't fully have your back because how you been showing your ass this season. So that mime, you guys, he is shaking, jiggling all in their face, coming around them, and Karen is just up in arms about it. I was cracking up. Gizelle was laughing, and that was it. Karen walked off. She was done with Gizelle and the scene. Okay, so next we got Candace and Chris. They are pretty much talking, what is she, an attorney, about, a prenuptial agreement. She says how she's in business with her mom and has real estate property, and Chris is a partner. I thought he was a full owner of the barbecue business, which is a little different now, but there's a tone I have in their relationship that I'm getting from their relationship, you guys, and there's a tone from Candace of, I'm the successful one. I'm the one that has this, that, and the third. I am the one with the businesses. I am the one with the real estate. And he has nothing. Now, she's not coming out and saying it like that, but it's just a tone that I'm going off of. When she talks to him, sometimes it seems like she's talking down to him. And some people like to be in relationships like that because they feel like if they get with someone that they kind of feel is beneath them, they feel like they could kind of control the situation more, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I'm not feeling all of that. So the attorney lets them know they will have to bring in another attorney as well, because they both have competing interests, she feels. And one person will have to work on Chris's behalf, and, you know, the lady can work on maybe Candace's behalf. I don't know how they're going to do that. But I think that that's a good idea to bring somebody else in, definitely. Okay, so next we got Monique and Charisse. At first, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was side-eyeing Monique because, like I said, I did go through what Charisse went through as far as having particular friends that were social climbers that were, you know, began to hang out with my friends and calling them more than me. And, you know, just people do that. That is something you gotta look out for in your circle. Where people get to calling your friends behind your back. And a lot of you on social media, you get to saying, oh, well, you know, well, why would you introduce that you introduce people? Yes, you want everybody to be cool, but you don't want people to begin, like in my particular situation, these friends began telling my business. I don't feel like you should gossip if I introduce you to somebody, you shouldn't be gossiping with that person behind my back. I'm no fucking one to introduce y'all. So I went through a lot of backstabbing shit. So when I saw Monique doing that, I did give her the side eye and was looking at her funny. But with her crying to Monique, with Monique crying to Charisse and saying, no, that's not the case, I didn't mean to come off like that, that lets me know her true intentions. And it wasn't, that's just part of Monique's personality. She gets really excited when she meets people. And y'all know the girl talks a mile a minute. And she just don't mean nothing by it. She really don't. So Charisse hugged her. And I think Charisse now knows Monique's real intention. I think Monique felt like Charisse didn't need her anymore since, you know, she's back cool with Gizelle and Robin, and she began crying again and was like, oh my God, Monique. And she let Charisse know, out of all these women, you the main one I care about. And I thought it was very sweet for her to say that, and they pretty much hugged it out. And I was happy that they was able to work out their relationship. Okay, so next we got Ashley's event. And did y'all see Ashley's mother coming in there with that fucked up wig? Ashley, you could have pulled your mother off camera. You should have had a wig for her. A good wig runs about $50 at the right hair store. Okay, your mother, her real hair was showing. She looked a fucking mess. And I don't really trust the mother all like that. But I am happy that she came to support you. Let's get to Gizelle, and she gets to telling Ashley when Robin is off at the bathroom how Monique invited her and Robin to France, and you know she doesn't want to go because she feel like Monique barely wanted to talk to her at the Black Congressional Caucus. And I'm just like, Gizelle, you are older than Monique. You petty as shit. Petty. Learn to let some shit go. It's ridiculous. Then you sitting up here saying Monique was trying to be friends with Kendall in spite of you. She could be friends with whoever she wants to. She ain't your fucking puppet the way Robin is. Like, you want all this loyalty, bitch, but you don't give it yourself. The only person you loyal to is Robin. And half the time you setting Robin up, you know, to fight your battles and shit. So, girl, So the next thing I know, Robin gets all on Karen, talking about you two-faced and you a liar. This is all in front of Candace and her fiance and Gizelle, and they all looking and into it. And Ashley comes over because they literally are going back and forth. And Karen's like, is you done yet? You attacking my character? And you know, Karen apologized again, and Robin says going in one ear, out the other. And I kind of like what Karen said, something along the lines of, oh, you can see clearly now about this, but bitch, what about wine? Now, she didn't say the wine part, but Karen, I see you, bitch. Because, Robin, you got so much sense when it comes to these women. You can get on them with the quickness, but you don't check Juan's ass when he wrong. You don't check them badass boys you got. I'm just over you, Robin. You can address Karen, but I feel like just don't fuck with her no more. Don't fuck with her no more. What the fuck is you? Oh, well, I don't really care. Well, why is you even bringing it up? She chose to go to Monique's event. It looked like her and Monique got a better relationship than with yo ass. Because, Robin, to me, you two-faced. And, you know, you have acted funny towards Karen this season. I can't really feel bad for you either. Okay? That lady shared with you her tax situation and you ain't do shit but go run your mouth with Gizelle and accuse Karen of lying. And yes, Karen lies. Y'all know the bitch lies. So you either go fuck with her or you not. You know what I'm saying? Karen is a liar. That's what she does. If you see a motherfucker do that, they just keep their ass at arm's length. But you getting all in your feelings about it, I don't understand that. I want to talk about this before I forget it. The talent show that Ashley had, or whatever the fuck, open mic night, horrible. The first person looked a fucking fool. Just it was no talent. The ladies were not interested in what the fuck they were saying. Ashley, there is no amount of bad singing that is going to make Michael stay married to you and have a baby with you. So you need to sit your ass down now. So Gizelle and Monique sit down and Gizelle is just like, well, I declined on going to France with you because, you know, we haven't really been talking or getting along and, you know, we can't even get along here. And Monique was like, well, that's the thing. I figure if we go somewhere else, we get in a new environment, maybe that can improve things, which is true, you know, which is true. And then Gizelle ends up bringing up Robin. And Monique was like, well, hell, I could talk with Robin on my own. Not Gizelle. Monique says that she could talk to Robin on her own and work things out with her because she felt like she's more reasonable. Not really. She's just Giselle's puppet. So Monique talks with Robin after Ashley's shitty performance. Okay. So she pretty much lets her know, I was hoping that you would just come on and go because I was hoping that you guys could see a new side of me that you haven't seen before. And Robin looks to her master, Gizelle, and it's just like, well, should we go? And that right there, that moment right there showed me their friendship. Robin has to run through Gizelle before being a grown woman of her own and making a decision to go. She looks to her master. Gizelle said, you know what, I'll be hanging with Robin, but I'm not really trying to hear what Monique trying to say. And Gizelle, you are petty as hell. Grow the fuck up, bitch. You're childish. This young lady is younger than you and Robin, and y'all act like fucking teenagers. Hell, I'll give you junior high. Okay? Grow up. Leave the shit in the past. Work the shit out. There really shouldn't be no issue. I'm starting to think maybe y'all are jealous of Monique. And I never wanted to think that because when Monique brought her ass on here, she did all that bragging and it was a bit of a turnoff. But the fact y'all can't let this petty ass shit go is ridiculous. But that is my recap, you guys, of Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm out.